Welcome to this very special episode of The Suite. In this episode, itutour namin kayo sa main hall ng World Trade Center sa Pasay City para makita nyo mga booths ng participating automakers sa 2026 Manila International Auto Show. Ito ang longest running and arguably the biggest auto show event in the country. Ang tour na ito ay para sa may mga gustong pumunta pero for one reason or another ay hindi pwede. Para naman sa mga balak pumunta ngayong weekend, pwede nyo rin itong gawing guide kung ano nga ba mangi-expect mo sa mga booths na pwede ninyong puntahan. Bago natin simulan ng tour, gusto ko na agad mag-apologize sa inyo. Sa dami kasi ng mga pumunta sa unang araw ng Mayas, medyo mahirap talagang kumuha ng magandang shots ng mga booths doon. So without further ado, let's get into it. Una naming pinuntahan ng pinakamalaking booth ng iisang brand, ang BYD. Halos kumpleto ang buong product lineup ng BYD dito, mula sa full electric vehicles gaya ng Seagull, Atto 3, Tank EV, pati ang mga pin-review nila na models gaya ng Sea Lion 7 at Atto 2. Nga pala, itong mga pin-review na models na ito, it's safe to say na malaki ang possibility na ilabas din ito ng BYD sa market natin. Could be this year, could be next year. Yan ang aabangan natin. Syempre, nandyan din ang mga bestsellers nila. Nandyan yung Seal 5 DMI, Sea Lion 5 DMI, Sea Lion 6 DMI, Tang DMI, at Shark 6 DMO. Yung pickup truck na ginamit din nila sa kanilang Drive Electric Love Pinas Philippine Loop. Sunod naman ang luxury brand ng BYD, ang recently launched na Denza. Nandito yung isa sa mga models na inaabangan natin kung kailan nga ba ilo-launch, yung Z9 GT. Iniintay din natin yung formal launch ng kanilang ladder frame SUVs kagaya ng B5 DMO at B8 DMO. Syempre, nandito rin yung model na nilaunch sila kasabay ng official unveiling ng brand, yung D9 DMI. Sunod na inikot natin yung booth ng Kia na AC Mobility din na may hawak. Formally, nilaunch sila sa market ang EV5 5-seater electric crossover. Nandito rin iba pa nilang mga models gaya ng EV9 electric SUV, ang turbo hybrids na Carnival at Sorento, pati na rin ang bestseller nila na Sonnet subcompact crossover. Pinuntahan naman natin sunod ang Great Wall Motors o GWM. Dito nakita natin ang ilan sa mga SUV models nila gaya ng Haval H9, Haval H7 at ang Aura 5 electric crossover. Meron ding mga versions ng Canon pickup kagaya ng Canon S-Lux Plus pickup na minodify ng Overland Kings complete with overlanding gear. Nandyan din ang standard version ng Canon na Elite. Pero ang centerpiece na kanilang display ay ang Tank 700 High 4Z na parang reimagined version ng isang Brabus G-Wagon. Sumunod naman ang isa pang Chinese brand, ang Jetour. Sa Mayas 2026, officially ay nilaunch nila ang kanilang G700 SUV. Dito may tatlong versions ng SUV on display na pwede ninyong makita. Chinese brand pa rin ang susunod, ang GAC. Halo ito ng old at new models nila kagaya ng M-Zoom na sa opinion namin deserves an HEV variant. Nandito rin ang E8 PHEV minivan, ang HEV version ng GS8 7-seat SUV, ang PHEV version ng GN8 Master minivan, pati na rin ang agaw atensyon na Hiptech or Hypetech HT na may gull-wing rear doors. Marami-rami pa ang mga Chinese brands na i-cover natin, gaya ng Chang'an. Dito makikita mo ang bagong versions ng CS55 Plus, CS35 Max, at Iado Plus Sedan. Nandyan din ang Nivo Q05 Hybrid Subcompact Crossover at ang pinagkakaguluhang Lumin BEV City Car. Sa tabi naman nito yung Nivo Hunter K50 Hybrid Pickup. Chinese brand pa rin ang susunod, MG naman. Dito makikita mo ang facelifted version ng MG5 which is called the MG5 Prestige with a restyled front and rear pati na rin ang interior nito. Nandito rin ang MG3 Hybrid Plus, G50 Plus minivan pati na rin ang PHEV version nito. HS Hybrid Plus na nilaunch sila sa Mayas last year, ang bestseller na ZS Hybrid Plus at ang star ng display ang Cyberster Electric Sports Car. Sa likod ng electric sports car na ito ay ang interactive display ng MG Hybrid Plus system kung saan makikita mo kung paano nga ba gumagana ang special powertrain na ito. Ang sunod naman ay isa sa pinakamalaking booth, ang display ng UAAGI. Ang distributor nito ay nagkikarry ng several brands kagaya ng Chery, Radar Pickups, Lincoln Co., Bayek at Photon. Unahin na natin ang pinaka nakakalitong product lineup, ang sa Chery. I feel that kung kaya nga lang baguhin ng UAAGI ang mga pangalan nito, baka ginawa na nila. Bakit? Kasi lahat ng mga naka-display doon sa kanilang booth ay Tigo crossovers. Meron dyan yung Tigo Cross Hybrid EV, Tigo REV 7-seater SUV CDM, Tigo Grand Tour na ICE only ang kanyang powertrain, pati na rin ang Tigo Touring, ang pinakamaliit sa lahat. Sunod na natin ang radar pickups. Una na sa display ang RD6 Econ, which is a battery electric version ng pickup na based sa Geely Okavango. And it's pretty evident actually dun sa front end design, sa sides, pati na rin ang interior nito. Next is the RD6 EMP Elite. Ano nga ba yung EMP? So basically, it's a plug-in hybrid version ng pickup na interestingly iba ang look ng interior at mas luxurious. Meron ding modified na RDS EMP Elite sa display, completed overlanding gear from Overland Kings. Pangatlo sa UAAGI booth ang Lynk & Co na medyo nakakalito rin ang naming ng crossovers. Yung isa kasing model nila, 01 PHEV subcompact crossover. Yung isa naman, 08 EMP, which is again, Geely speak for PHEV powertrains. Pero meron dong isang naiba at yun yung 06 Origin SE Sport. So bakit nakakalito? Actually yung 06 and 01 are roughly the same in size. Ang difference nga lang yung 01 tsaka yung 08 ay parehong EMP versions o plug-in hybrids. Yung 06 naman is ICE only powered. Other than that, Lynk & Co's naman generally classy ang design and some even comes with an Infinity audio system. Yung 08 yung pinaka-stylish sa kanilang tatlo with distinctive elements that would make you do a double take whenever you see one on the road. Ang napansin ko rin sa Lynk & Co, bukod sa very stylish sila, ay impressive din ang kanilang power output habang hindi sinasakripisyo yung driving range. Worth looking din siya if you plan to visit the 2026 Mayas. Pang-apat na brand na dinidistribute naman ng UAAGI ay medyo nakakalito rin, yung bike. Kasi yung 5 displays nila are basically B-series of SUVs. Una na dyan yung B60E Beaumont REV. Haba ng pangalan, no? But basically, this is a full-size SUV na kasing laki ng mga legacy SUVs kagaya ng Toyota Land Cruiser LC300 at Nissan Patrol. Simple pero medyo luxurious ang interior ng 7-seat SUV na ito. Merong mas maliit na model naman, B40E Trailmaster REV. PHEV rin siya, boxy ang design, at 5-seater lang siya. Meron pang mas maliit na B30E Hybrid June naman ang tawag. PHEV pa rin, pero mas maliit siyang 5-seater kaysa sa B40E Trailmaster REV. Mas utilitarian din ang interior nito. Ang pinaka-puzzling sa display ay yung P80 wagon, na let's not beat around the bush here. This is a straight-up copy of a Brabus G-Wagon. Unapologetic yung pagkakakopya ng exterior nito. Pero in fairness, once you open the doors, iba naman yung design ng interior. Under the hood is a 3-liter twin-turbo V6 engine, which is quite interesting to be honest. Pero ang pinaka-intriguing dito sa display na to is yung pagpunta namin sa likod and there's a Brabus decal sa spare tire cover. We wonder tuloy kung officially licensed ba ito ng Brabus. Finally, nasa huling brand na tayo ng UAAGI sa Mayas 2026, ang Foton. Ito na actually yung pinakamatagal na Chinese brand na hawak ng distributor. Meron display sa labas ng mga electrified commercial vehicles na kagaya ng Tornado, Harabas, Transvan, at ng Oman. Dito naman sa loob, ang mga nakadisplay ay yung Traveler Sierra electric van. Although original na design nito, overall makikita mo pa rin ang inspiration nila sa pagbuo nitong electric van na ito ay yung Sprinter van ng Mercedes-Benz. Sunod naman yung Tunland V9 which is an equally intriguing model. Una kasi pag tinignan mo siya, para siyang copy ng F-150 pickup. Pero ang mas naka-intriga ay yung diesel hybrid powertrain nito na when we researched on the net is actually a 48-volt mild hybrid system. Finally, nandito rin ang isa sa pinakamatagal na models ng Foton. This van is an unapologetic copy of the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. And for this version, it was made luxurious lang, complete with leather seats at meron ding mga captain seats sa second and third row. Under the hood is the same 2.8-liter Cummins diesel engine. Now we move on to other displays pero Chinese pa rin. This time, it's Aito. Ayon sa brand, ang ibig sabihin ng Aito is an acronym for Adding Intelligence to Auto. Which is weird kasi hindi naman Pinoy spelling na auto, yung OTO. kung hindi AUTO. Kaya diba kung titignan mo, it makes sense lang na AITA dapat yung pangalan ng brand. Diba kung ganun din naman yung definition na tinutumbok nila? Anyway, una sa display ay ang M7 Electric Luxury SUV. Streamlined yung character lines at stylish din yung multi-spoke wheels nito. This 6-seater crossover has all the bells and whistles that you can think of, including a panoramic sunroof. Sunod naman yung flagship model nila na M8. With be frank with you, this is an electric crossover copy of a Mercedes Maybach model. Kita naman sa overall look at color scheme nito. At puno din ito ng tech. We move on to another Chinese brand and it's the display of DFSK, Ceres, and Bestune. Unahin na natin ang DFSK E5 PHEV. Kahit na E5 yung pangalan niya, this actually is a 7-seat crossover. Marami rin itong tech, pero ang kapansin-pansin, this seems to be inspired by a couple of German brands, from the bodywork, the rims, even yung cut ng tailgate. Next is a Ceres S5 Saker Falcon. This 5-seater electric crossover boasts of almost all the niceties you'd expect from a modern vehicle. Yun nga lang, this one is propelled by an electric powertrain system. Next is an eclectic-looking 5-seat MPV from Bestune, the N80 Pro. By the way, based on the internet, N80 actually means Next Automatic Taxi. And this vehicle, according dun sa article, is specifically designed for ride-hailing services and for family use. This looks eerily similar to the 4th generation Renault Espace, pero 5-seat MPV nga lang siya. Next are 2 units of the Bestune Pony. The small city EV is gaining popularity dahil sa kanyang cute looks at EV powertrain na perfect for short city trips. Ang pinaka-weird dun sa display nila actually is this small drop-side truck na electrified, it seems. Meron naman siyang badge ng brand pero hindi natin to kilala and wala ring badging dun sa kanyang model that we can research on the internet. So weird show proper na pero it seems the unit is not prepared yet or not properly labeled at the very least. Let's move on to another display which is the Omoda and Jayco group. Una nating nakita doon is the Jayco EJ5, a boxy subcompact crossover. This has been in our market for a time now and marami na rin tayong nakita nito sa kalsada. Stylish, roomy, lot of feature comforts and tech, it's not surprising that people are taking notice of it. Next naman is the Jayco J7. Again, magiging frank kami sa inyo, this looks like it's inspired by a British premium SUV model. This PHEV model though is capable of up to 24.4 km per liter and has a nice interior and very cool design at a very affordable price. Pero ang totoong star ng booth ay yung mas maliit na J5. Think of the J7, nilagay sa photocopier and reduced to around 75%. Yun yung J5. The J5 is a very attractive proposition as it is capable of up to 23 km per liter of fuel but is priced at the ₱1,000,000 mark lang. For example, yung comfort variant sells for 999,000 Philippine pesos, while the higher-end luxury retails for 1,109,000 Philippine pesos. Omoda and Jayco has also announced Mayas exclusive deals for the J5. Una na dyan is when you reserve one for just 1,000 pesos, you'd instantly get a 10,000 peso cash savings. There's also 1-year roadside assistance and periodic maintenance services for free. You also stand to get up to 7,000 Philippine pesos worth of genuine accessories. Dito rin sa event, nilaunch ng Omoda at Jayco ang kanilang OJ Network Affiliate Program. If you register, get verified, and undergo a brand and training session, pwede ka na makakuha ng 10,000 pesos per every successful at qualified retail sale. Pero ang pinakamalaking star doon ay si Mornin, a state-of-the-art robot na may kasamang isang robotic dog. Mornin, which is originally called iMoga, even gave a keynote speech highlighting the J5's features during its launch. Another Chinese brand on display is Deepal. Here, they previewed a rear-wheel-driven electric crossover called the SO7. Nandyan din ang Deepal G318 REEV, which is another term for a PHEV. This rugged-looking off-road SUV features a 1.5-liter and a high-capacity battery. Finally, there are 2 samples of Deepal's SO5, a compact crossover which is available with either a battery or plug-in hybrid electrified powertrains. Last 2 booths na tayo sa main hall, and coincidentally, Chinese din sila pareho. Simulan natin sa 212 booth. Upon research, this is another brand from the BAW group. Interesting kasi we seem to see 3 different SUVs but in fact, puro TO1 diesel SUVs lang ito. One looks like the old Land Rover Defender at may mirror pa nga sa ilalim to show its 4x4 gear. Funny lang kasi when we look at the second TO1 on display, mas mukha naman siyang Jeep Wrangler. The interior is tight and upright, just like what you'd see on the American SUV. Pero unlike the Jeep, fixed ang roof niya. In fact, may sunroof pa nga to eh. The 3 different models show what you can do when you personalize your TO1. Should you consider getting one nga lang? Kasi diesel fed ito, so I don't know if it's the best choice right now given na may fuel crisis tayo. Finally, we head on to ROXX, which is a Shanghai-based automaker. Actually, pareho din nung 212, meron din tong cooperation deal with the BAW group. So meron 3 displays ang ROX doon sa kanilang booth. Pero basically, 2 models lang ito. Sa magkabilang dulo is yung 01 mid-size plug-in SUV. Honestly, it also looks like a copy of a very popular British performance SUV model. The one on the left was modified, fitted with overlanding gear, while yung nasa kanan naman is just the stock version. Right in the middle is the Adamas, which basically is a bigger, facelifted version of the 01. Positioned as a luxury SUV, the Adamas has all the goodies of the 01. Yun nga lang, mas luxurious ang appointments ito sa loob. This concludes our mini tour of the 2026 Mayas. Note that ang naipakita lang namin ay yung mga nasa main hall, which houses the main exhibition by car makers with their latest models. Pero kung pupunta kayo rito, madami pang halls na may iba-iba pang exhibitors. Some show our aftermarket parts and accessories, car care products, diecast collection displays, at yung Maya staple na competition ng classic cars, restored vehicles, at yung mga modified. Marami ring test drive areas at iba pang displays sa harap mismo ng main hall ng World Trade Center, pati na rin sa parking area. If you're planning to swing by, the 2026 Manila International Auto Show runs from April 9 to 12, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Ihanda mo na rin ang sarili mo, magdala ng tubig kasi nakakapagod talaga ikutin lahat ng halls. In fact, pwede mo lang ang Strava to eh. We hope na nagustuhan ninyo ang mini tour, lalo na for the ones na gusto talaga pumunta pero for some reason, hindi pwede. If you like this content, please don't hesitate to click on the like button at i-share mo to sa iba. Kung gusto mo naman mga update tungkol sa mga pinakabagong balita sa motoring at mobility industry sa Pinas, i-follow o mag-subscribe lang sa aming mga social media channels sa Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at TikTok. Thanks for watching this episode and we'll see you at the next one.